How you all doing, everybody? It is Ravie Davie here, the Fresh Prince of Ramon Square. This is the 10 Years In podcast. I am here joined with my partner,
Georgia.
And we are not only 10 years in, but we are also 10 episodes in. This is the big milestone. Georgia's statistic about most podcasts no making it past 9 episodes. Well, that's been picked up and kicked right out the window, man. I'm here to bring some energy today. How you doing, hen?
I'm good. That was a bit of energy. You're actually screaming down that microphone. Curtis is like, "Whoa, Cam, put the cleaner outside the door. I'll be able to hear you."
We should not come in now, no. Curtis will not get you practice for his barks. Man, he's raging. He's choking to this bark.
We need to explain what happened on episode 2.
Oh, so I'm wanting Curtis to release the footage, to be fair, but a cleaner came in while we were filming our second podcast, and Curtis was about to go mental. I was not about that again. The person came in and was like, "You being fucking serious?"
He's like, we're recording, and the cleaner just went, "You being serious?"
That's what it was.
Because Curtis is like, normally I talk to the cleaners all the time, we all got on really well with each other, but the guy just wouldn't leave the room, and he was just staring at Curtis, and then we were begging Curtis to keep the footage in of him just arguing back and forward with this guy, but he was refusing to do it. So I was going to go in there.
On you go.
So yes, we're on episode 10. We are on episode 10, so the statistic, I don't know why I struggle to say that.
You definitely struggle to spell
it. We are on episode 10, and it's absolutely flown in.
I know, man.
I love it.
It's been class.
I know. We've actually we've loved recording it and loved all your feedback. And on Friday, we were doing a show in Maryhill, and a guy came into the show that I'd never seen before. So I'm sorry if you've been to wrestling or if you've been to one of our shows before, but I genuinely had never saw him before. And he said, "By the way, I listen to your podcast, I really enjoy it." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then I thought, I wonder if I wish I'd asked him at the time, but I wonder if he came to the show just for listening to this, or if he's been to wrestling before. But then it made me laugh even more, because then Xander, David's cousin, it was his match, and Xander picked this guy up and started running around the ring with him. And I thought, God, he's fucking having a fantastic night. So if you're watching, thanks very much, and I hope you enjoyed yourself on Friday.
Well, I've actually never seen that guy before at a show, so you could be right, to be honest.
I know.
So I have no... but anyway, I know, so thank you everybody that has been watching the podcast. As I said, 10 episodes. I think Georgia was trying to jinx. I don't think Georgia wanted to get to the 10 episodes at first, not I mean, wishing death upon the podcast before it started. But no, it's good. That was everybody that asked me about it, always say, it's the one place that I feel like I've got that stress-free environment. Even like if I can't hear some mess up, it's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, get to spend time with Georgia, we get to talk, and we get to show another side of ourselves. So again, thank you for everybody who has watched. Really appreciate it. And now that we've got past that milestone, it's time to hit some more milestones.
Definitely, you want to talk about the milestones?
Aye, I don't quite know what they are yet. Need to maybe regroup with them. But we'll all be episode 50, episode 100, all that stuff, all that jazz. Well, maybe episode 25 is maybe the next goal, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
Next milestone.
Definitely. So we're hoping that as the episodes go on, we start to get proper segments. I think we're starting to find our feet a tiny wee bit, where religiously we come on every week and talk about specific things. Aye. But obviously right now it has been 10 episodes, but we're still really trying to build the audience, build the feedback and stuff like that. So for now, we're still just freestyling. We're talking about what we want to talk about. But first of all, I want to talk about the show on Friday, which was in Maryhill, because this has been stressing us out for a long time, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm so happy it's over. And I'm actually counting down to the end of the year until we've got no shows, because in December there's no wrestling shows at all, although David would have preferred if there was wrestling shows every week or every day of the year. Is that right?
Maybe not every day, not I mean, but every weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe if there's a bank holiday, get a wee Monday show in, or there's sometimes even a wee Thursday show, not I mean, a wee Thursday night show for a fiver, 2 hours.
But no, I honestly feel like it's been a lot. So we've got a show in Johnston in October, then we've got the big show in Govan, which is a 2-day event, and then honestly I can't can't really wait till that's done just to have a couple of weeks off. But I'm sure you don't agree.
So I don't agree. I just obviously wrestling. What's the ball joke? It's my life. It's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. So I just want to wrestle all the time, knowing I've not got it forever. But no, obviously I get what you mean, because it is stressful. It does take sometimes no the fun out of wrestling for myself, but obviously like this weekend the three shows, the one that I had most fun on, the one that I had least fun on was my own one, and it wasn't because the opponent, any day with the opponent or the match, like the match was great and the opponent was great and stuff like that. It's just because I'm worried about what other people all day and having to get the ring ball, meet times, have to try and figure out how to fit this briefcase for the ladder match, just all these different things that just people probably don't think of. Whereas on these other shows, I just get to go down, get to talk to all the boys and the girls backstage, get to meet people and all that stuff. So I'm kind of glad that this one's done as well, because obviously the added stress with the gangrel and stuff like that as well. But I would like to wrestle every weekend. That's what you got. If I make it to WWE, that's what I'd like to do. So I want to practice for it and get ready, because I still believe that it's on the horizon, or something like that's on the horizon. No, I mean, Sean, mind if we need to move to Florida or something like that?
No, I'm always got to stay in Govan. It's a thing I've got within me. I just know for a fact that regardless of what happens, I'll always stay in the G51 postcode. Like you said yourself, you would.
We'll obviously have a block house here.
No. So on Friday, David does a thing he likes to do to me where I'm about to leave to head to the wrestling show, and he'll start phoning me, giving me orders of things that weren't on the agenda. And that happened on Friday. So I was already furious when I left the house driving to the show, and I gets to Maryhill and drove my car right along the side of a wall. And me and Bo just stopped and just stared at each other because it was such a big, loud noise. And I just got out. And thankfully, at the side of my car, there's like most cars anyway, there's like a bit of plastic that runs along the side. That was what it scraped all along, and that's fell off. So it was nowhere near as bad as I thought. But I just kept thinking to myself, there's 350 people about to come through these doors, and I need to kid on, I'm happy. I'm just not happy at all. I just wanted to greet. And Bo just got out the motor and picked a bit of plastic up and handed me. I was like, cheers, pal.
Cheers, you man. Proud of you, bro.
So I think it was obviously just a big build up because Gangrel had got unwell. Then we just wanted the show to go as well as could. But it was a fantastic show. It went brilliant. All the matches were fantastic and stuff.
Went better than I thought it was going to be. We had the women's ladder match that went off without a hitch, actually, to be fair. One of the females got quite a bad injury, but obviously, like, the trooper that she is, she got up, continued the match, battled all the other lassies with ladders, and nearly even won the match. But so big up to Emerson for doing that, because it was me and her that discussed actually putting on the women's ladder match, and I feel like a lot of it was like she was the leader. So if she got in, if she had to lead the match because there's nothing against that either, obviously her health's most important, but the fact that she managed to be the warrior that she is and get up and finish the match, absolute top credit. And I couldn't be prouder than of all the ladies in the match. It's the first time that the women have main evented CPW, and is one of the best main events that CPW's ever had. So it's obviously like there's not as many women that wrestle than guys, but I want the women's division in CPW just to be as good. I've got a lot of females that go to the Glasgow wrestling and stuff like that, so I want them to have something to work for, and I'm just glad that it was everything that I wanted and actually more. Actually outperformed my expectations, so well done to all the ladies, even though probably none of them are watching this, know what I mean? But anyway, well done, ladies. And there will be a women's ticket to the top next year as well, obviously, because first one's success means we can do it again.
It was brilliant.
It was. I had a good match as well. Before I get a match again, this Italian guy wanted to come in and wrestle. I brought him in. Man, he was fantastic. Big handsome guy with his hair looked like a wrestler. Had this big Ric Flair coat, hairspray in my eyes. Really good, man. Really good. I don't think any wrestling promoters will be watching this either, but if you are, not, I mean, feel free to book him. Stunning Sam De La Vega, looks like a wrestler and is a good worker.
Yeah, it was good. See, before, when the VIP doors had opened at 5:30, one of the workers in Maryhill had shouted on me and said, there's a woman outside and she's really worried because she's lost her tickets, and she's never been to wrestling before, and she was there with her 2 kids. So I was like, that's fine, I'll be able to find her tickets anyway. But so she came in, she was American, and she came in and she was really panicky, and our kids were like, we're not going to be able to get in and stuff. But I says to her, look, it's fine, we can find your tickets. And she went outside and stood till the general doors opened. Then when the doors opened, she took a seat. She was in the second row, and David had told me that the day of the show, that when he did his entrance, he was going to come out and give a child his hat. And just so happens David was wrestling first, comes out and gives his hat to that wee boy who'd never been to wrestling before. His mum was so stressed, she'd lost her tickets, and they had like the best night ever. And I was like, what were the actual chances of that happening? Like, I kept thinking that was some sort of mastermind, that you just came out and done that, because they were over the moon. They absolutely loved it, and that always will stick with me now, because I was like, that was so nice. The woman just was so appreciative.
Well, I always remember watching WWE and that, growing up with some of the wrestlers, because obviously the wrestlers,
John Cena,
they've got a lot of money in that. they can afford to be able to give these things away, and like, you'd be so cool. John Cena flung his t-shirt, or Bret Hart gives the glasses, or anything. They gave any of their stuff away. And obviously, contrary to popular belief, I'm no made of money, you know what I mean? Some people seem to think, man, that I'm rolling in it because I've done a couple of sellout wrestling shows and I run the wrestling school. But we put a lot of that money back in, and there's a lot of fine margins. But with that being said, I found a place that does new aqua scoop hats. The price was quite reasonable, and I had an old one. All the kids always ask me for my hat, and I always tell them, they don't make these hats anymore, so I can't, if I just give that out, I can't buy another one, so sorry pal. And then when I got my new hat, I've got another one coming as well. I thought, you know what, I've got this old beat up one that was like my spare hat, so I thought I'll give that to one of the kids. It'll probably make their day. And then you never know, they might come back. That's why the reason George is saying all this mastermind, I just made sure today to a kid that I'd never seen before at one of the shows, because I want them to make a special memory. Obviously as well, it's no that it's no offence to any of the other kids that go to the shows or anything like that. It's just more that I've made a lot of memories for them with stuff on the shows and that. I was wanting to just have somebody that's never been before, maybe to have a memory of a lifetime. And Georgia said that she feels like it's a memory of a lifetime for her now. She's not going to forget it now.
Because the wee boy was over the moon. It was so nice. Another thing I was so delighted about as well was one of the wee boys for the wrestling school is called Billy, who listens to this podcast and listened to the first episode and heard that I've got eczema, and messaged me out the blue to say, have you ever tried this soap? It's meant to be good for eczema. Now, I'd heard of the soap before, and he came into the show on Friday with a bag of soap for me, and he's got eczema as well and told me to try it. I'm just blown away. So I'm like, I've not tried it yet. I'm scared to try it. Obviously, the day's Monday. I'm scared to try it on a weekday in case I take an allergic reaction and I'm off work. So I'm going to wait till the weekend to try it, because then it'll give me a couple of days to have my flare up, and then I'll be able to sort it for going back to work. That's where I need to think ahead of these things, or else I'll end up, my skin will be in agony. But I thought, wow, that is actually so nice. So I've had a new notepad. Billy's gave me some soap, and other people have had some really good comments and feedback about it. So thank yous.
Well, guys, I drink Monster. We're doing 24 cans on TikTok. So that's on my TikTok shop. If you buy it, old dad gets a wee cut. So
we'd announced Saturday, that we're also doing an awards night as well for the wrestlers in December. So that will be like our last event of the year, which I'm looking forward to, because obviously we've been doing wrestling shows now for 3 years, and we've never really recognised done anything like this, like awards or anything, and I think it's about time.
No, definitely. There's a lot of people that deserve credit for their hard work, and it's good to get everybody out and actually have a celebration as well. Most of the time we're at shows and stuff, and after it, because it's like venues, a lot of people want to hang around and talk, and I have to put my grumpy face on and shout and tell people they need to go outside, because we're already half an hour over our time, and I don't want to be getting charged any more money for the venue, so please get out. Which obviously is, I don't like doing that either. I don't like being the bad guy, but you need to sometimes, because nobody else wants to do it. Nobody else wants to put them. With that, so it's good to obviously actually have a time where we can celebrate the wrestlers, all the hard work that they've done to get CPW the place it is, but also have the fans and the parents and that at the wrestling school out celebrating with us and getting to see another side of the wrestlers that they maybe don't get to see.
Most of the time what happens behind the closed doors before the doors open is me and David are normally shouting at each other.
Well, I'm also shouting at the wrestlers.
And he's shouting at everybody else.
And the crew and all that.
And then I think most of the wrestlers are just that used to me and David arguing or absolutely anything that they don't even get involved anymore. They probably don't even find it awkward because they're just like that used to us. And then the doors open and then you need to kid on that you're a totally different person.
You sing every song and gear emotions before.
I feel like after the day after a wrestling show, the adrenaline just goes like my body's also as if I've been going to the gym like far too much because I must be like all tense and stressed. Then the next day I'm just fine, and then you do it all over again.
I wish I was like that, man. I've got a shoulder injury today.
David's been at actually wrestling. Maryhill on Friday, Sheffield on Saturday, and Ireland last night.
Belfast last night.
Belfast last night. I got up yesterday morning and looked on my phone, had a notification for the Ring doorbell saying that he'd come in 2 hours ago, so he was in bed for 2 hours and then he was back up and I was driving him to Glasgow Airport yesterday at 6 a.m, and then I woke up this morning, he was back. You were back beside me. I didn't even hear you coming in or nothing.
When I first became a wrestler as well, Big Drew was always on shows and that. I was on backstage and that, and I used to always complain, like, oh man, I'm so tired. Oh god, guys, I'm just so tired.
That's a nice voice you've got on there.
That's good, isn't it? Oh guys, I'm just so tired, man. Is there any way I can just lay my head down for a wee sleep? And obviously I was like, oh, you can't be that tired. Not means flying about all the places, not getting sleep on the airport planes and that. But a lot of, obviously you don't really get to sleep a lot of places if it's not you're in bed in it, man. It's hard.
It's not the same.
And especially if you're travelling in motors and planes, trains and automobiles, you're not really getting much sleep. That's what I felt this weekend. It was quite rough. But again, I'm going to change it for anything else in the world. I would rather be getting hardly any sleep at the weekends than getting 8 hours a night and starting my wee 9-5 or whatever. That's nothing against anybody. Be a 9-5.
95.
What?
That was a wee dig.
No, that's what I just literally saying. There's nothing against anybody with a 9-5. It's just obviously it's not my thing. But if you want, we'll trade for a week, man. I mean, that could be something we could do for content.
Honestly,
you come and do wrestling for a week now, go in and sell life
I wouldn't
insurance.
even actually show you up, honestly.
I wish we had the video of you doing the bump, mate.
Oh no,
falling like a sack of spuds.
I thought I was deep. I actually got winded, and I would never ever do that again. It was horrible.
It was funny, but
and I actually thought that the wrestling ring was like pretty soft because obviously it's got really thick foam underneath, but underneath it that's just plywood, and I felt every bit of that, and a wee bit more than that. Right,
tried to act wide before he's the one that we thought about. Georgia tried to act wide when we'd had our 2 wrestling rings built up and we just got a new one, and our pal was there who was the manager of the place where the place is at the time, and Georgia
the place is
where the wrestling ring is at the time. He's get at one, he's not, I mean, you can decipher that, I'm sure.
My pal Shannon worked in the hub and she said to me, why don't you go in and show us your move, Georgia?
So Georgia
and I was like,
swaggered up, man. I can.
I've never regretted so much in my life. Bang, and it actually my head that way when I
just bang my head. It was like
it just went, my full neck and everything. Never ever again. So I credit to you guys. But anyway, that was Maryhill. We've got Johnston in a couple of weeks. So
I actually got a show the week before Johnston, but it's a wee closed door thing.
Oh, yeah. But it's not going to be published, so
no.
It'll probably be in the paper, to be fair.
Well, definitely. Definitely will be in the paper.
So we, in the last couple of weeks, have been talking about that we wanted to chat to you about holidays. And just about places that we've been a lot of different weird and wonderful places. And we were chatting today about things that we wanted to specifically talk about. I want to go first by your best holiday we've been on.
Best one we've been on?
Yeah.
Jamaica.
Yeah, I would say Jamaica as well. I had a feeling you were going to say that. Or Thailand.
Jamaica. No, Egypt's second for me.
Is it?
Aye, man. I love Egypt.
Okay. Right, so what's your top 3?
Jamaica, Egypt, and then Thailand. Aye.
Okay, why?
Jamaica, because it was always all them. Jamaica, Egypt is the two places I wanted to go more than anything in this world. I've always dreamed of gone and seen the pyramids when I was a child. Actually, this Georgia and Bo in the hotel because that's I could go and see that. So we'll tell that when we're going to actually a deep dive into the Egypt story. Jamaica was just so cool. Obviously, I'd always dreamed of going. It was actually better than I'd expected. Like, Egypt lived up to expectations, whereas Jamaica outdone them. Like, there was just me. There was so, like, I felt like that's when me and Bo actually became like, we were always like going and that, but I feel like that's where we actually pure bond. It's the first time we caught with my stepdad. The jam off like a 40-foot tree balcony hang on as well. They know the waterfall, just everything about it was just cool. There wasn't a bad day. There wasn't anything I didn't enjoy. And also, in fact, the 2016 World Cup was on at the time, and obviously 'cause it was in Jamaica as well, I was getting up at 6 a.m, going and watching the football. The game would be done, Georgia and Bo would get up, then I'd go down and get my breakfast, we'd get set up at the pool, then the next game of football would be on, then we'd go and get a lunch or that, everything, then the last, no, because there's 3 games of football in a day, then the last game would be done, and then after that it's done, it's time for like dinner or nighttime activities or whatever. It was quality, man. Honestly, got to Bob Marley's house, meeting Captain Crazy, who went viral, was one of the first people to ever go viral, and I said to Georgia, I hope we get Captain Crazy as our tour guide, and lo and behold we get Captain Crazy as our tour guide, and I end up going viral cause it and all that. But anyway, I probably rambled on a bit. So what's yours free favourite?
That is Jamaica is my favourite. My one core memory for Jamaica is that because a lot of them are like resorts, and they say obviously you shouldn't go outside the resort and stuff, which we did, and we walked to like KFC and there was a guy standing outside with a gun and everything. But aside for that, there was loads of games in the hotel and stuff. And I mentioned, I think it was on last episode or 2 weeks ago, that David always takes it too far, and this game that they were playing was a guy had a balloon. The guy had a balloon with his ankle, and David was to stand on the balloon and try and bust it. David chased the guy fell backwards in the pool, and David was still trying to bust his balloon off the guy's ankle. And even Bo was playing the games as well. Like, he was so young and he always pure loved dancing. And remember, for whatever reason,
on the dance competition.
He did the dance competition, and for whatever reason at this time he'd started doing like a chainsaw move.
Aye.
And he would be going along to the music, and he was tiny. He was just absolutely loving it. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see David doing the dance move. So Jamaica's my first, Thailand second, and Iceland.
Iceland,
the third. There's been so many good tunes, but Iceland was something that I said I wanted to do forever as well, and David got me it as a surprise for my 30th birthday.
First time I've ever done anything like that.
First time you actually ever booked something. Well, I think my mum helped you, did you know?
She definitely did.
But there was no a bad moment in Iceland either. Everything was like, whoa. It's the cleanest place I've ever been in my life as well. David got ill in Jamaica because he'd ate chicken, and one day had to stay in bed, and I was just out walking about the street, and it was dead quiet, but it just meant that I was out just enjoying myself because you felt safe. And this wee woman came up to me, and she was like, she was lost, and she was Scottish, so I ended up just talking to her for ages as well. I just ended up. Was that Jamaica? No, that was in Iceland.
Oh right. I did get. I was nowhere in Iceland, man.
When you ate the chicken?
Honest, man, I shat my guts. I shit my guts, and it was like a pea. It was honestly, man, it was horrible. But that's what I can remember. That's how it's known.
His actual cover.
That's how it's known in my tap free. I tell you that, God's sake, man, that was grim. I ended up I was doing a bit of a weight loss journey then. Know what I mean, man? I was like, my God, this weight loss. After I shat all that, man, I was like, this weight loss journey's crap. I was like, I see my before and afters, man. I'm getting these progress pictures, man. I was looking pure skinny, man. You can see my ribcage for the first time in about 6 years, man.
It was telling me, he's like, I'm sorry, hen, I'm really sorry. I feel like I've like messed around your day. And he'd be in bed lying all day, and he finally fucking rose for the dead about 4 o'clock, and he's like, I want to take photos of me. I've still got the photos on my phone, and you just pure posing.
That's me looking at me. That's the skinniest I've ever looked in my life, man. Honestly, I could end up the catwalk after that. It was like Milan Fashion Week.
We actually in Iceland pied what was it, 50 quid for 2 fish suppers?
I know, but also we go to Iceland. This is another reason Iceland isn't that tap for me, actually, man. I've got a beef with Iceland, actually. Paid all this money to go and see the Northern Lights, and it decides to be the worst weather in Iceland in 40 years. We get pure bad weather, thing we's on holidays. Also, as well, right? While we're on holiday in Iceland, right, to see the Northern Lights and they're not there. Guess what you can see in Scotland if you look close enough? The Northern Lights. Honestly, I've never been on. Oh, it was a good holiday and that, but come on, that really grinded my gears, man. Raging.
When we got to the Blue Lagoon, get to the what?
Get a bit frisky.
We get to the you watch the Blue Lagoon on Instagram and that, it's all these lasses posing that, and it was like 40-mile winds. We were actually getting fucking blown out of the pool. The water was coming right up in our faces. They gave you like free drinks, and the water was just fucking. It was still brilliant. I loved it.
No, I did enjoy it, but there's a few wee bits and bobs that I've got really really gave me a gripe. Get too out on the bus and like that. You might get to see the Northern Lights. There's a good chance we'll get to see and you're just all starting. It's pure dark, man. Like, oh.
We're pure freezing.
Can we just go back, please? Shite.
In Thailand, I always remember that lots of the everywhere you walk in Thailand, there was massage places. Obviously, loads of women standing outside, and I don't think they'd ever saw it in like David before in their life. Back then, your hair was like the lightest blonde ever, and they were fucking loving you. I was like, this man's head cannot get any bigger if he tries. Like, honestly, leave him alone.
So obviously in Thailand as well.
I know what you're going to say.
Hangway's quite big, right? The
you see Lady Boy?
Sex work? No. But sex work's quite big, and we were in a bar, and a woman who's working in the bar comes in and says, "If you pay me, I will come home with you." And I'm like, no, I couldn't do that. No, I mean, maybe my wife. She goes like, "Twoies?" Man, I would never want to do that, Georgia. I would never, ever want to do that, because you would never want to, wouldn't you know?
It's so funny that.
But then a wee guy as well, so the guy that owned the bar was fair going. He's like, "You sure you don't want to like give 2 or 3 him with you?"
Actually, was actually saying as well that basically you have to pay, if you take the lassie home before 10 o'clock at night, you had to pay like 2,000. Was it baht?
That
money back then? It was so
baht.
many years ago. But if it's after 10 o'clock at night, then it's like cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get them home earlier after shift, you have to pay X amount of money. But they wouldn't leave us alone.
I know they're wanting you. You're obviously wanting half work, and you pay 2,000 baht.
But there was loads of like groups of guys in that. You can see why like loads of guys in that go there. But it was brilliant. Everything was dead cheap in Thailand. Like to go and do. I think we'd done every excursion possible.
I know I did. That was. I think that was no long after my nan had died, and I had obviously a bit of money through it, and I think we just went and spent it all in Thailand.
I can remember that on the first day, I'd got myself these sunglasses for Forever Island, which I think I paid like £18 for, but in my opinion, I was like, I've really splashed out here and bought these sunglasses and I fucking loved them. And you were in the water, you were in the sea, and I came out and get you, a big wave came and fucking blew the glasses right off my head, and I couldn't find them. I was raging. But Thailand was amazing. I'd actually quite like to go back there. So
that's definitely, because there's hundreds of different islands. We don't only go to Phuket.
Exactly.
There's like Pyongyang and
well,
I don't know, Koh Samui, Bangkok, all that. So I would like to go back as well. I think we should actually. I think we should. Well, obviously it's up to you. Let us know, guys. But I think we should all go through our holidays individually. Know what I mean, and talk about them and stuff like that, because I feel like we've only really spoke about 2 or 3 there, and even the ones they've got hundreds of other stories that we've not said about it, and that as well.
But there's one holiday that both of us can openly agree that we did not enjoy.
Aye, definitely.
Which is very controversial.
Haven. I don't actually think we've been to Haven, have we?
No.
No, we went to Craigtown.
No, we were meant to go to Tenerife one year, but then Thomas Cook.
And then we went to Flamingo Land.
We went to Flamingo. That was really good there.
No, Flamingo Land's class.
No, we went to Turkey.
Aye, Turkey.
On our first holiday. Oh my god, we hated it.
And everybody seems to love Turkey. I know, honestly. The amount of people that I say love, I hated Turkey, man. The all-inclusive drink that you paid for was watered down. Didn't get drunk off any of it. People pestering you constantly to buy stuff off them, which I mean happens everywhere. But I feel like if you say it, you usually say to people, "Look, mate, I've not really got a lot of money. I'm just a tourist. I've saved up for a bit of holiday. I've not got, they kind of leave you alone, no in Turkey, man, no, offering to buy your wife off, you know that, just pure, don't
You're
leave
probably
you alone.
joking to sell me.
No, not at that time, that was just like, I think that was our first holiday girl, and I was actually like you back then, not I mean, I was like, how you talking, do I ever say that about my wife? No, I'd be like, here mate, I'll actually give you money, not I mean, 20 quid bro, 20 quid, know what I mean, and a charger for a phone. But sorry, you go.
No, I was just going to say what I didn't like about it was in the bars, when you would be buying drinks, it would be like X amount price on the menu, and then they would try and say that it was more expensive and stuff, and that happened to us on the first night, and I think after that it just put us off.
Aye.
And then the constant like try to get you in the pub, which happens anywhere, but it was just
Don't leave you alone,
really
but aye, a bit aggressive and
overpowering.
and I get robbed.
Aye, exactly.
So, there's that as well.
So we then went on a boat tour for the day and somehow managed to bump into somebody that David knows.
Always, who was it?
Everywhere, Grace.
Oh, I am an old social worker.
And
She knew you as well, but
she knew me. She knew my mum.
for your masters.
And she was staying in this pure fancy hotel, and she says to him, "Why do you no come along to our hotel?" So no, the drinks in her hotel were not.
They were the opposite, man. They were giving you doubles and you're asking for a single, man.
It might have just been subjective to the place we were staying
To be
in.
fair, I think they had a nice fancy hotel and we had an absolute Snyder.
Aye, and so they were just going up to the bar and getting us drinks off there, but we were drinking with them the full day.
End up steaming.
Aye, we drank like 40. Wait, would have been then 20?
22.
22, aye.
21 or 22. You'd have been about 30.
Fuck off. Honestly, your jokes are shite. I'm fucking had it with you. So we end up absolutely steaming, and David then brings these good wrestling moves out and started swinging Turkish
I went to go into the pool and just have a wee swim, and these wee Turkish boys started pushing me in the water, so I was like, he's actually got beef, boys, man. Don't understand, man. I watched Randy Orton, here's an RKO for you, all that, man.
He was actually swinging,
just swinging them, man. But the wee guys, I was about to say, they were loving it, man. They kept coming at them and just wanting to keep, I was like, come on, get to. Just kept flinging them about, man, tossing them, like, here you all launch.
So we'd been drinking the full day, and then I couldn't walk. I honestly was like a rubber doll, and David had to carry me home, which he also just told me the day that he actually can't remember that.
I thought it would have been me getting dragged home because I blacked out, you know what I mean? I was...
So somehow he managed to get me home, and then we realised, then I can remember getting back out of the room and I could not stop spewing. And then for the next day to realise that actually when we got back to the hotel, we'd slept the full night with the hotel room door open, so we could have been robbed and absolutely everything. We had no idea. And
then I went to the shop at some point and get a water, and I went down in my boxers and didn't realise until I'd get back up.
He's just walking about the hotel with your boxers.
And that was before I had my good step ones and all, so probably seen better days, these boxers, not I mean, man. The ones with a wee one button on it, not I mean. Probably a bollock hanging it.
That just reminds me, I was in Asda the day, and this guy, older guy, I'm walking by him at the end of the aisle, and then he just started like shrugging up and down. He went like, "Oh, I've got an itchy bollock."
Just the one.
I was like, "You're so disgusting. What's wrong with you?"
It's obviously wanting you to scratch it.
I just I couldn't hear him. I wish I didn't hear him, to be fair. So I don't know if we just got a bad experience at Turkey. But I honestly wouldn't go back.
No, I wouldn't. Actually, I'm lying, right? Unless obviously I got a wee all-inclusive paid hair treatment or teeth treatment. Somebody wants, you know, like a TikTok series done about it or something like that, and then maybe pay me a wee bit for it. I'm not against it, but I will not be shelling my good hard-earned cash on it again. I love Tenerife, and me and George are fighting now because she wants to go. I'm like, just go somewhere else. Probably I'll go end up caving in because the more the years, the more the stress goes. The more a day just need a wee holiday, but I'm still fighting it, and that's somewhere that I enjoyed going. I love going. I mean, Tenerife's definitely one of the top destinations there is. So I'm not planning to go back to Turkey. That's for sure.
But if you've got any recommendations,
unless you know, Celtic were to somehow make it a Champions League final, the Europa League final, the Europa Conference League king, and that's where it was held. That's pretty much your other whack.
That's probably not going to happen. You never know.
What'd you say that for?
Sorry.
Jinxed it.
But if you've loads of people love Turkey, so if you get any really good recommendations, loads of people have got to that Land of the Legends with their kids. It looks pretty cool. But I don't know if that's that. I don't think that's in Marmaris. I think it's somewhere else. Anyway,
Antalya, maybe?
we probably wouldn't go.
Nah.
So, it probably is looking likely it's going to be Tenerife.
What's Gran Canaria like? Is that in the Canaries?
That's also in the Canaries, yes. So what are you fancying that now?
I don't know. Whoever one's cheapest.
So we probably should do more sort of chatting about the holidays, because that was just a very small snippet of Egypt.
Tell me about Flamingo Land.
Flamingo Land was excellent.
Oh, it definitely was. Also, I don't know what I was going to say.
But anyway, I want to move on.
Right, move on then.
I want to chat about some food reviews.
Chat then.
Because you told me the day you've got beef with Domino's.
I do have beef with Domino's.
What happened?
So last night when I was coming home from Belfast, I got in the taxi. I ran, so now there's the wee bit we need to zigzag out to your taxi. There was a couple there walking in, right? They're ahead of me. I ran, cleared the fence right into the first position.
So happy I wasn't there, man. David does this way that when you get off the plane, he'll start pushing people out the way.
No, to be fair, obviously, I'm not with you. I don't need to do that because I'm front and centre and I've got a good leg room and all that.
I saw that on your Instagram story. So did you NPC it?
NPC'd it right the last NC. No, but then I think there was some people but that were also trying to do what I was doing, and they were just
really?
but they were just standing in the middle of the walkway. They were just standing on the middle of the hangman. I was like, no, I just started tying my shoelaces. Just get down there like that. You're not being mean, and they're pure looking at me, looking down at me. No, I'm just looking up at them, man. Right, guys, I'm also playing this game. And they go like, oh, just realised we're actually the back. The plane.
You know what they say?
Walked out the back.
See ya.
Bye, I'm going to get a front seat. Walked in, nobody there. Bingo. Both times. Loved it.
So then you get off the plane.
I got off the plane, ran. It must have been somebody for a different flight, to be fair. I actually wasn't doing it because they were there. I done it because I was starving. I wanted to get back in time for Domino's.
Right.
And there was only one taxi there, so.
To get in a taxi, headed to Domino's at
Headed to
Govan.
Domino's. I was actually heading home and I was going to order it for delivery, and I seen it would cost a lot more, and I basically weighed up would it cost more for the taxi to go around the corner of the house or the delivery. I realised it would be the delivery that cost more, so I get up, ordered the new Korean barbecue chicken pizza, and I bought a Coke because that's what they do. They Kansas Nide people. And when I got there, the wee guy tried to hand me a cherry. I bought a cherry Coke. I was like, but mate, what's he doing, mate? I ordered Coke. He's like, no, he didn't, mate, but I'll give you a Coke anyway. I know most people would have probably just been like, aye, right, that's cool, he's got to replace it. But now he's trying to say that I'm a liar. He's trying to say that I didn't order the Coke when I know for a fact I did. You know why I know I did? Because when you order Coke, you need to pay a wee premium. You need to pay like an extra 14 pence or something. It tells you on that. So I paid that extra wee smidgen of money. And the guy's like, no, he didn't, mate. It's cherry Coke. He definitely ordered it. We'll change it. I was like, mate, it was definitely no cherry Coke, because the cherry Coke is cherry Coke Zero. So you need to charge me extra for the cherry Coke. So it isn't. And then by the time the boy just didn't listen, maybe finally went and changed it. Just put it down in front of me. I was like, alright, cool. No bother. Then they hand me my pizza. No garlic dip. Like, where's the garlic dip? He's like, oh, we've actually got a shortage of garlic dips in Domino's. I was like, whoa, where's the big pot then? I was like, he's a big pot. And he's like, no, we've not got them either. I was like, mate, it says on the website, I went to order a big pot on the website, and I thought I better know because I'm only getting a wee small one. And it was going to let me order it. So what would have happened if I ordered that? Would I come in here and got a Frank's hot sauce or a mustard as a replacement? Because I didn't want a Frank's hot sauce or a mustard as a replacement. You know what, mate? Just take it back. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it. The garlic sauce is what makes it. You've ruined my night. And then the wee guys are looking at me because he obviously can't. He doesn't know how to process an online, because I bought it online, an online refund. So I can't, you know what, man? I've just got to take it. Went away and I was like, I've got garlic sauce in the house sink. So I waited to get around the house. Garlic sauce. Opened up the pizza. This isn't the boys' fault, to be fair. It's my fault for no checking. And obviously it's a Korean barbecue pizza. But I thought it was like the chicken would, because it's Korean barbecue chicken, so it's like the chicken that's barbecue. But no, they'd slapped a big bit of barbecue right out the top of the pizza. So I couldn't even like slap the garlic sauce at it. Pizza was still alright, to be fair. No the worst, no. I mean, I'm not gonna come in here and complain about it. It just ruined a good weekend. You know what I mean? End of the weekend ruined.
That's a sin.
Was a wee sin, aye.
A wee sin.
It was a wee sin, aye. A wee strength in numbers.
So yes, I can imagine how angry you were.
I also had a good experience with food at Gretna Green service station on Saturday when we go to Sheffield. We went to a wee place called Chopsticks. They do a wee box where it's you can get either noodles or rice or a mix of both, and then you get to pick like four mains on tap it and they put it in a wee row. You got all full chicken. I got a sweet and sour chicken, salt and chili chicken, original chicken curry, and a cream barbecue chicken again, man. Who'd have thought it? And I smashed that. It was lovely, honestly. That was one of the nicest things I've ate all year. I would actually defos eat that again. 9 out of 10. And cut a wee Krispy Kreme donuts, the new ones they've got. Can't remember the name of them. Bit shite, to be honest.
I had a Chinese on Saturday with Bo, and normally we get Chinese for Yiman on the Paisley Road West, but according to the Moss Park or Donald, now you get like the I Come for Govan pages. I think I read that that's been taken over by somebody else,
Right.
and I don't know if I like it anymore.
Do you know?
Nah, and we've been gone there for years.
Oh, that's one of my favourites, to be fair.
So Bo is right into chicken balls now, and I got him them and I bit into one and it had like the tiniest bit of chicken in it, and it was just all thick with batter, and I thought that's probably just been a mistake. But into another one it was the exact same, and I thought, oh god, I just wouldn't. The curry sauce is like dark.
So was it rotten?
Wasn't it rotten? I'm not doing a rotten food review. You're trying to get me to say that. It wasn't rotten, but I just thought after it, I just felt that was a waste of money.
So it was a bad experience?
It's not a bad experience, it's more just that it's just no to my liking.
Why
are you trying to get me to say something negative? I'm not going to do it.
You should take it back and flung it in the counter and say,
no,
this is
never
shite.
in a month for Sundays in my life. Nearly the 33 years I've been on this planet Earth, I don't think I could do that.
Fair enough.
So I've done it for you. I'm just that way, once bitten, twice shy, so I won't go back again. No.
True.
But now I'm on the hunt for something else, like a Chinese that's nice and about us, because I don't really feel we've got any that's all that I enjoy that much.
No, there's no really minute.
No.
I think there was actually one that was for years ago as we get was one on the Paisley Road West, Blue Sky or Sky Dragon or...
Is that no Drum Chapel?
No, I know what one you're talking about before, but there's one. It's next to the Argosy.
I don't know that one.
Well, we'll find out.
Yes, but
anyway, what's on your wee agenda list now?
Lastly, this is probably one for the ladies, but since you've been away in the last 2 days...
You've loved it?
Absolutely. It's been peaceful. But I started watching the new season of Selling Sunset. I started watching it at 7 o'clock on Saturday night, and I finished it on Sunday night at like 9 o'clock. Every episode, 11 episodes. It was fantastic.
How was it?
It was out of this world. It was the best season yet.
What's your favourite character?
Brie.
What does she do for a living?
Brie's my favourite. What?
What does she do for a living?
Oh, no, they're all sell houses.
Right, fair.
Big fancy couple of £1 million houses, 30 odd £1 million houses, but they argue each other.
What about?
So now I'm trying to get into something of the life of a Mormon. That's why I was asking you. David's got a Disney account, so, and I realised on that you can get Hulu. So I think it's like The Secret Life of Mormons or something. Crocs is nodding. Did your girlfriend watch it?
Yes.
So that's going to be my new thing. Cause
why into that?
No, I don't. I've not watched it yet. I just keep seeing people on TikTok talking about it. So I'm like, that's it. I've also watched part one.
The Mormons was meant to be a thing we were meant to go and see.
We were meant to go and see the Book of Mormon because you wanted to go, and David's quite into shows.
I was actually gutted, honestly, when you told me you cancelled. That was one of the...
I never cancelled. It was your auntie's funeral. You were going to a funeral.
Oh, I
never cancelled it.
That would probably be the reason, because I love Matty Cafe bits. I was about to say, when that got cancelled, that was one of the most gutting experiences of my life. Obviously, relating in with Matty Cafe, that's obvious. I just couldn't remember. That's what tied it in. But I did remember being pure gutted that I couldn't get to go to that.
So we can start. I think it comes round every couple of years, that show, but it's got really good reviews. We were going to go and see that in the Kings, but it's meant to be fantastic.
I know, back to what you were saying, my ADHD had me button in there about the show Secret Life of Mormons.
Yep, so I'm going to start watching that. I've also watched part 1 of Emily in Paris, the new season it's out. I'm about to watch part 2. Curtis is nodding at everything. Curtis' girlfriend knows.
No, I watched that one.
Oh, do you? It's fab.
Big Curtis in Paris.
Me and David haven't watched anything together, but actually I watched so many things in between him being at wrestling and stuff like that. So if you should get any recommendations for me, but I think the Mormons has got to be my next fascination. because it seems to be really, really popular. Somebody, I was watching Sadie Queen, which you will all probably watch on TikTok. She's so popular, and she was saying that there's a season out on Netflix called Chaos, I think it is. That I watched the wee trailer bit of it, and that looked fantastic. And I actually think you would like that.
Let's watch
so
that.
Maybe give it a try.
Let's watch it.
But if you've got any other recommendations for us, please let us know, because I'm all out. But I'm going to get right in about this Mormon.
You end up being a wee Mormon.
How come?
I don't know.
No, I won't.
Do you know what a Mormon is?
No.
It's like mad Jesus levels in it, and they get like a secret life, and they don't use electricity, and you get sent away as a missionary for like 2 years to go around and chap doors and all that.
That's Amish, mate.
Is it? No, Amish don't go out chat. Like, they don't get sent to another country.
I do chat the doors.
No, I'm talking about the ones, like Mormons are the ones that get sent on missions. And,
See, to be fair, right, I wouldn't put that past me.
I don't know.
I wouldn't put
Who's
that
the
past
ones
me.
that
And during lockdown, I was having this like spiritual awakening. I was reading every self-help book under the sun, to the point one day I walked in after I was like right into it, and I was like changing everything about myself, and I said, I think I'm going to go start going to chapel, and you told me to shut the fuck up.
Also, at one point she told me she was going to buy a house, and I was like, man, I want to buy a wrestling ring.
And I went and done that, and bought a wrestling ring as well.
2 wrestling rings and a house.
But I'm all out of suggestions here for episode 10. You get anything else you want to cover?
What else is there to cover? On Friday, as I said, well, I mean, I actually, you see, hear us all talk. I'm just going to do a wee plug for this, me as well. You always hear us talking about the wrestling. We've actually got a Patreon where you can watch the wrestling shows. Community Pro Wrestling on Patreon. Go and give it a watch. With that being said, it's time for us to go because Xander's away to Canada for the next 2 weeks. My wrestling tag team partner and also the head coach of the wrestling school. So I need to get to work. So that is us. Thank you for tuning in and watching every episode up to episode 10. And thank you for all your support. This is going to be another 100 episodes. So thank you. And you want to say?
No, thank you. Bye.
Catches.